The biggest thing right now is Pilates versus the gym. This is like a big controversy right now. Like, what is better? What should you do? Is Pilates better or is the gym better? And more specifically, why every model, actress, influencer, and old money aesthetic girly is suddenly so obsessed with Pilates over traditional weightlifting.
Tall, short, skinny, fat, Gigi, Giselle, Miranda, Chanel, you gotta get back. You gotta get back on that model's diet. That model's diet. That model's diet.
Hello, Moddies, and thank you for joining me on this amazing journey back to health. I'm your host, Nina Daniels, and welcome back to Models Diet Podcast, your source for the latest and most intriguing trends in self-care. Before we go any further, if you are loving Models Diet Podcast, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like us, comment. We want to hear from you. You are our community. We would love to connect. Today's topic is something that is really close to me, something that I absolutely can speak on personally. And everyone knows how much I love Pilates and how Pilates has changed my life many, many times, actually. But I know you've probably seen Pilates in your feed, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. I mean, Pilates is a really big thing right now, which is weird because I've been doing Pilates. I want to say I first started taking Pilates in like the early 2000s, maybe. So I've been doing Pilates for quite some time, not consistently, but when I lived in Los Angeles, that's really all I did. I did Pilates, Physique 57, but I did mostly Pilates with Sebastien Lagree and with Nona. I absolutely believe in Pilates and have returned to Pilates and have found an amazing teacher at Toned here. We'll get to meet in my local Pilates studio and all that other stuff. But I feel like Pilates has come full circle. The biggest thing right now is Pilates versus the gym. This is like a big controversy right now, and people who know me know we have gone back and forth. I've had, discussions, deep discussions about whether go to Pilates or go to the gym, doing HIIT, doing CrossFit. We all have our vices, but today we're going to talk about what is better? What should you do? Is Pilates better or is the gym better? And more specifically, why every model, actress, influencer, and old money aesthetic girly is suddenly so obsessed with Pilates over traditional weightlifting. And this is actually not a new thing. I know it's super popular right now, but this has been a thing for a long time. So everyone wants that old money body right now. That old like Cindy Crawford type body. And the secret isn't genetics. I know everybody's gonna say, oh, they were born that way, but it's not. It's Pilates. I do believe that. Like, that effortlessly elegant body. That's what we are craving right now. That effortlessly elegant posture you see on Sophia Richie Grange, or that long, lean look that Halle Bieber has. That strategic movement meeting aesthetic goals. For today's burning question, should we model or bottle Pilates for that old money aesthetic look? Is choosing Pilates over weight training for that old money, quiet luxury body something we should model? Or should we bottle it and just throw it in the trash? But keep in mind as we go through the science, the aesthetics, and what actually works. The Pilates phenomenon. The Pilates phenomenon. Okay, so let's start why Pilates has completely taken over the wellness world. And I mean, it is super popular. And I'm not over exaggerating. I promise you I'm not. According to ClassPass, Pilates was the most booked workout worldwide in 2025 for the second year in a row. That's insane. So this isn't just about fitness anymore. It's about a specific aesthetic. And I have to tell you, nothing has ever given me the body I wanted other than Pilates. Now, as you know, I was a Division I track athlete. And although I was super fit, I was super muscular because we had to do a lot of weight training because we're training to compete. But I'm going to throw some pictures up as to what I look like right here when I did Pilates religiously. I did it Pilates 4 days a week with Sebastien Lagree at Lagree Fitness. And I have to say, first of all, the type of Pilates you do does matter. The type of Pilates is really important because when I started Pilates, I did not start it because I wanted to get fit. I was already fit actually when I started Pilates. I started because I had back problems and I was trying to deal with alignment issues. So I started doing traditional Pilates on a reformer, but it wasn't like for strength and Whereas when I did Pilates with Lagree, with Sebastien, honey, honey, let me tell you, that is like Pilates on crack. It must have been a 35-minute workout that was so hard, so challenging and difficult that it literally transformed my body. But the trick with Pilates is, we're going to talk more about it. It's not as easy as it looks. And this isn't just about fitness anymore. And this is why I love Pilates. It's about a specific aesthetic, the old money aesthetic, quiet luxury, the effortless, elongated, perfectly postured look that screams, I summer in the Hamptons, even if you've never been. That is what I love about Pilates and strength. Don't get it twisted. Just because these women are long and lean, don't ever think that they are weak. And by the end of this episode, I'm going to tell you a story about when my husband did Pilates with me and the shocker that was. Celebrities and influencers and models like Hailey Bieber, Kendall Jenner, Sophia Richie, Bella Hadid, they're all regulars at exclusive Pilates studios like Forma Pilates in LA. Now, I haven't been in LA in a while. I'm not familiar with Forma, but I'm pretty sure, I'm sure it's amazing. I mean, we're talking about invite only, referral-based studios that cost $300 for a private session. Now, I actually belonged to one of these studios. It was Pilates by Nona. Now, I miss Nona. Nona, if you're out there, hugs. Nona got me into not worrying, but being really conscious about how I hold my body, my form. But Nona, I believe, was also invite only. Let me tell you who used to come in Pilates before me. I used to go to Pilates when I arrived. Giselle Bundchen was leaving. And when I was leaving, Cookie Johnson, Magic Johnson's wife, was coming. That was the type of studio Nona had. Nona had the top clients. And it's so weird because Cookie Johnson and she was also in my Pilates class with Sebastien. We did Pilates reformer class first with Sebastien, and then I saw her with Nona. And no, we're not friends. I don't know her personally, but just a friendly hello every time I would run into her at these different workouts. And these women have access to nearly any workout that they want. They could do anything: yoga, boxing, Peloton, cycling, anything, soul cycle. They could do anything they want, but they are choosing Pilates. Leona Levy, founder of Former Pilates, told The Hollywood Reporter that there was a massive surge in Pilates during COVID. Oh, I did not know that. And social media amplified it. When these celebrities started posting their Pilates selfies, everyone wanted that same look. But what is that look exactly? It's lean, it's toned, elongated muscles with perfect posture. Like I said, when I started Pilates, it was for posture, not because I wanted to necessarily change my body. I thought my body was great as it was. I didn't even think it needed changing. But when you see, I'm going to show you the progress pictures. So I did a challenge. I did a Pilates challenge with Sebastien. I can't remember right now what the initial time. I think it was maybe like a 90-day Pilates challenge. But because I won the challenge, Sebastien kept supporting me and I kept going in the challenge for months.
For those of you who are watching this, this is Nina Daniel. Nina did my original challenge back in July, almost 6 months ago.
And this was before my first wedding, and I never forget, I had to wear a Monique Lhuillier dress for the ceremony. And I tell you, my body has never looked better or as good as that time that I was doing Pilates with Sebastien, and I was doing Pilates with Nona as well, but privately. So yeah, this is like, I really believe in Pilates. And we'll talk about what I'm doing now and how I'm getting back into Pilates. And Pilates is the opposite of that like bulky, muscular gym body. A 2025 study found that Pilates improved posture by 25% in just 12 weeks. That's significant when you're trying to achieve that confident, elegant carriage that defines the old money aesthetic. As one model and dancer told The Hollywood Reporter, after training with a top LA Pilates instructor, when I walk out the door, I feel like my posture is better. I feel lighter. That's the Pilates magic we're talking about. You just hold your body differently. You hold yourself in such esteem. I love Pilates. I do. And of course, on Model's Diet, we have to talk about the science. It's not just about what we like and what we think is cool and what we see on Instagram and TikTok. It's also about Is there science backing this? Is this really a good thing or not? And we want to just talk about it. Let me explain what's actually happening inside of your body with Pilates versus weight training, because understanding this is a key to making the right choice for your goals. Pilates focuses on controlled movements, small, tight movements, body weight resistance, and targeting deep, stabilizing muscles. Dr. Marie Lorraine Johnson, a registered dietitian and certified personal trainer, explains that Pilates prioritizes toning core strength, flexibility, and mental alignment. It's about creating functional strength through full body movement while maintaining core control. The exercises increase cell turnover and work muscles through a larger range of motion. This creates that long, lean appearance without significant muscle hypertrophy. That's the fancy term for muscle bulk. You're strengthening and lengthening simultaneously. I said to you before, this is why I love Pilates, because like I said, I was a D1 athlete. So when you run track, you have that muscular, strong look. And don't get me wrong, there are women out there right now running track, doing their thing. They look amazing. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying I look bad. I by no means look. I will say this: my body was an asset. Okay, for me, that was my greatest asset. So I had no idea that my body could even change shape. I didn't even know it was possible. Weight training, on the other hand, is mainly about progressive overload. You lift heavier weights over time to build muscle mass and strength. The heavier the weight, the bigger the muscle grows. It's fantastic for bone density and building visible muscle definition. Rebecca Kennedy, a fitness instructor interviewed by Peloton, puts it simply: in order to build muscle, you need progressive overload. With Pilates, you're predominantly using body weight, so it's harder to achieve the same progressive overload that builds significant muscle mass. Here's a key difference between a Pilates body and a gym body. Pilates creates lean, toned, and elongated muscles with balanced proportions. Weight training creates muscular, bulky, and more defined size. Core focus: Pilates targets deep, stabilizing muscles, improving posture and balance. Weight training often focuses on visible abs, sometimes neglecting deeper core muscles. Pilates significantly improves flexibility and range of motion. Weight training can improve joint flexibility to some degree, but not as much. Pilates builds functional, fluid muscle strength for everyday movement. Weight training builds power and strength for lifting and intense physical tasks. Here's what really matters with this old money aesthetic. Pilates creates what fitness experts call balanced proportions. You're not developing one muscle group dramatically over another. And here's a prime example of that. You ever see people who go to the gym, the men, they don't have a neck and their arms are all big and their body, and they got little legs? That's a prime example of not being in proportion. Pilates creates what's called balanced proportions. Everything is toned. Everything is proportional. Everything flows. That's why it aligns perfectly with that quiet luxury look. And this is where it gets really, really interesting, because we need to talk about the intersection of fitness and fashion. The old money aesthetic and quiet luxury trend is never going away. It has dominated the last 3 years, and I feel like it's going to continue. Celebrities like Gwyneth Paltrow made headlines in 2023 for her understated but luxurious style. And Gwyneth Paltrow has been doing Pilates for a long time. I believe that I found Nona from Gwyneth, if I'm not mistaken, in the early days of maybe Goop, or maybe she talked about training with her in like Shape magazine. I can't remember right now, but I'm almost sure that that's how I found it. It was either her or Giselle Bundchen, one of the two. Sophia Richie Grange embodies this aesthetic perfectly. Think excellent posture, calm demeanor, confident body language. These are all things that Pilates specifically develops. It's not just a physical thing, though, it's also mental. I just love how the Pilates girlies look. I love hanging out with the Pilates girlies. I just like it's so girly. That's what I love about it. It's extraordinarily feminine. The old money aesthetic is more than just clothing. According to style experts, it's about excellent posture, a calm demeanor, and engaged body language that conveys confidence. Your body becomes your overall presentation. Pilates instructor Amanda Kesar, whose clients include Sophia Richie, told The Hollywood Reporter that Pilates was developed to heal people, and I do agree with that. It's not this big, fun, hot girl workout. But when celebrities like Bieber, Richie, and Hadid begin posting their Pilates selfies, the aesthetic becomes undeniable. I mean, if you're into that look, if you're into that, just that long, elegant look, Pilates is definitely for you. And here's what trainers say about the Pilates body specifically. Shannon Nodge, founder of Hot Pilates, which I have done. I actually did Hot Pilates with my girl. Oh my goodness. She came in from Rome. I cannot think of this child's name right now. She's a famous actress in Rome, in Italy. And I cannot think of her name to save my life right now. But I actually had, she was staying at my apartment, and we went and tried Shannon's class together. And I absolutely loved hot Pilates. Where Halle Bieber and Kendall Jenner train, Shannon says regulars can expect a strong core, long, lean muscles, reduced inflammation, and even mental strength. The workouts include classical Pilates with modern strength building and 95-degree heat. So when they say the workouts include classical Pilates, that is mat Pilates. So for those of you who don't know, classical Pilates, like the original Pilates, was done on a mat. There's no reformer. You're using your body weight and maybe some ankle weights or hand weights. They can incorporate things like that, but it's mostly using your body weight. And classical Pilates is super, super hard. Don't think that the reformer is what just makes your body, if you don't have the reformer, you can't benefit from Pilates. You definitely can. Because I started with classical Pilates. The result is an elongated frame that moves with ease and photographs beautifully. It's the body that looks good in minimal, tailored clothing, the uniform of quiet luxury. And weight training gives you a different look. You'll have more visible muscle definition, a more pronounced musculature, and often a bulkier appearance. If you're going for that strong, powerful look, weight training is your answer. But if you're going for that refined, understated elegance, Pilates wins. Make your choice. So, which one would you choose? What kind of person are you? Are you that old aesthetic, old money, luxury, quiet luxury look? Or are you that defined, muscular girly who loves being strong, showing her strength? And don't get me wrong, both of these bodies are pretty fantastic. Can we agree? I mean, you're in shape. That means that regardless of what workout you're doing, you are taking care of yourself, and that right there is the ultimate goal. If you want maximum growth, visible definition, and significant strength gains, weight training is your best friend. It's more efficient for building muscle mass, it's faster for seeing strength improvements, and it's excellent for bone density as you age. Rebecca Kennedy from Peloton said that she had to choose between the two for overall health. She would pick strength training. If you're watching the clock, strength training will deliver faster results in a shorter amount of time, she explains. But this is important. Pilates offers benefits that weight training simply can't match. The posture improvements, the flexibility gains, the mind-body connection, the graceful movement quality, and yes, that specific aesthetic that aligns with that old money look. One fitness expert who tried both for 5 years told Women's Health UK, Pilates has worked my mobility. It has allowed me to work on some posture correction and engage the little muscles that I don't normally engage. Weight training has given me confidence. It has given me injury prevention. It has truly changed my posture. The best approach. I think you guys are probably going to figure this out. Most experts recommend weight training 2 to 4 times per week as your foundation, then adding Pilates from 1 to 3 times per week for mobility, posture, and that aesthetic refinement. So here's the practical breakdown. Choose Pilates if you want lean, toned, elongated physique. Posture and flexibility are priorities. You're recovering from injury. You prefer low impact workouts. You're going for that old money aesthetic. You want to improve that mind-body connection. But go for weight training if you want maximum muscle growth. Building strength and power is your goal. You want faster visible results. Bone density is a concern, especially as we age, and you're training for athletic performance. And do both if you want the best of everything. And honestly, who doesn't? You have time and energy for a comprehensive program. You want the strength from weight training, but you want the grace from Pilates. So the hair, makeup, and wardrobe formula. Let's move on to how this all comes together for overall presentation, because the Pilates body is just one piece of that old money aesthetic puzzle. The quiet luxury look requires 3 elements working in harmony: body, grooming, and clothing. Your Pilates perfected posture means nothing if the rest isn't really dialed in. Hair should be sleek and intentional. Not mine. As you can see, my hair is curly. But that old money look, for me, I don't think it's really about the old money look. For me, it's about the posture and it's about the alignment. But if you are looking for that old money Anna Wintour look, then your hair should be sleek and intentional. The old money aesthetic leans towards natural tones and healthy line, like Sophia Richie's effortless blowout and Halle Bieber's slick back bun. It's polished without feeling overdone. And I think that's more of a Caucasian aesthetic. I think for us, natural haired black girlies, I think curly hair is just as elegant, just as nice and old money as well because it's natural. Makeup has to be minimal and quietly luxurious. And I love this. I'm not going to wear a ton of makeup ever. And even when I get made up for an event, I make sure that it is, what do they call it? I think they call it like simple luxury or natural luxury. That's the look I go for. The kind of no makeup look that still takes 45 minutes to perfect. Skin that glows, brows that frame, and just enough color to enhance without overwhelming. Yeah, we want that really natural look. I think it's always better. You don't want to look like a filter all the time. You know what I mean? You want to look as natural as possible. Wardrobe. This is where Pilates body comes into play. Like tailored trousers, cashmere knits, crisp white shirts, and soft neutrals, these pieces rely on posture and proportion. Quality fabrics like silk, wool, cashmere, and linen that move beautifully. The Pilates body carries these clothes differently than a heavily muscled gym body would. There's a reason models and its girls gravitate towards Pilates. It creates the frame that high fashion and quiet luxury clothing are designed for. So model it or bottle it reveal. Oh, before I get to that though, can we just talk about when I took my husband to Pilates? This is hilarious. My husband was like, oh, how hard can Pilates be? I weight train, I'm strong. Honey, when he came to Pilates, he could not believe how hard Pilates was. And lately he's been asking me, hey, you know what, we should do Pilates together once a week. Can I just talk about my Pilates studio? I study Pilates with Tanya at Toned by T. And I have to tell you, coming from LA, New York, training in those places, I'm so lucky to have found her because she trains like a Hollywood trainer. And I don't even want to talk about her because people have a hard enough time getting into classes now. And I feel like as soon as everybody catches on, you're in trouble. But she is I have worked with the best Pilates trainers. So I am so happy to be back with her. And I want you guys to follow me on Instagram at Nina Daniels and see how my body transforms. Because I've now shifted. I was only going like once a week or twice a week. But now I'm doing a private and now I'm doing it 3 times a week. So I'm interested to seeing how it's changed. And I want to say to you also this. You have to be patient with Pilates. Let me say this again. You have to be patient with Pilates. And the reason why I say this is Pilates is not something that you're going to see. That's why people love, maybe strength training and with weights, because you will see those results a lot faster. Pilates, I went for like 5 months. My body barely changed. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I had a completely different body. So if you want to do Pilates and commit to it, oh my goodness, you better find patience because it is a slow moving burn. But if you are okay with taking your time to get there, ooh, honey, that look is amazing. So, Moddies, should we model or bottle this Pilates old aesthetic, old money look? Is choosing Pilates over weight training something that we should model? That elongated, old money, quiet luxury aesthetic? Well, my answer, it depends on your goals. I will say that if you are just choosing Pilates, is that something that we believe is safe and you can maintain over time is healthy? Absolutely. In that aspect, yes, model it. But in terms of Pilates overweight training, we've already gone through the whole gamut. It depends on your goals. And it sounds like a combination of both is where the sweet spot is. So I want to hear from you guys. Please comment. Let me know. Hit me down below. What do you think? Are you a Pilates girly? Are you a weight training girly? Or guy? Guys, please, you can also comment too. But what's your thing? Or are you somebody who combines both? I would love to hear from you. Yeah, so guys, if you like that elongated look, I could say it a million times, go for Pilates. If you want that, hit cross body look, go for weight training. And if you want a little bit of both, hit them both up. And that wraps it up for us. The Pilates versus weights debate is not going to end. It's not really about which one is better. It's about understanding what each one does and choosing based on your aesthetic goals. What do you want? How do you want to look? Not just beyond your body, but beyond your whole style. That's why I want to get back to my Pilates body because I loved how I looked. I loved how I felt. I love my style. The type of clothing I was able to wear was completely different. So don't forget to check out my blog, modelsdietpodcast.com, to go deeper into the conversation, and you'll find all the related links. So if you are loving Models Diet Podcast, go as to show some love by subscribing, liking, commenting. And guys, what else do you want to talk about? Let me know what you guys want to see. What do you guys want to learn more about? We would love to hear from you. If you are loving us, subscribe on Apple and Spotify. Scroll down to the bottom. Hit those 5 stars if you think we're worth it. And let's keep this community growing. Until next time, cello, G-string unit. We out.